the buzzer! The break for three, buried! Gallagher pulls up, Gallagher rims it out the field, slams it down! Pooley up ahead, Dombrowski, the freshman, off the window and one! Go back to Evans, corner three, got it! There's Lowe with the exclamation point! As Dunny slams it down! Far side, Dawson unloads, knocks it home, Jenna Dawson! By Teslavich, Epps puts it on the floor. Bryce looks to drive in, Epps floats it up, got it! He got it! There's 1,000 for Bryce Epps! It's week number 2 of MVISBL boys action as we get set for the first game of the second week on the boys side, as we will see the 2-0 Union Cleaner squad led by Coach Kevin Kovac take on the 1-1 BeeGraphix two-time defending champions. Alex Lyons, Jose Negron with you for all the action of this one. BeeGraphix, 5 bodies in their last game, were able to pull out the victory. No Taiwan Q anymore on the BeeGraphix roster. Insert Brady Kraus, the rising freshman guard from Thomas Jefferson, taking his spot. And just a few more games, and then Shea Champagne will be back in the full thick of things for this BeeGraphix team. And on the other side of things, still no Makai Belt. We haven't seen him all year, but the big story for Union Cleaners was the emergence of Jordan Lucas Johnson. 22 points in his season debut last week, and the big fella will have some big bodies to go up against with Charlie Melib and Jay Sean Blackman for BeeGraphix.
Yeah, and we've seen Jordan Lucas Johnson do that on a few occasions last summer. He's capable, and obviously a big body at 6'7" for this Union Cleaners team that has a ton of talent. 2-0 to start the season, Alex. Very, might consider that, I guess, a surprise. But when you look at the guys on this roster with Dame Givner, Alonzo Wade, Bakari Wallace, Justin Beatty, Isaiah Petty, the list goes on and on. Very, very talented group in the light blue.
Probably everyone's surprised except their bench boss Kevin Kovac, as there's Shane McGraw into the front court. Shane goes right wing. McGraw. Hand off. Now it's Diabre Lightfoot, second game of the season inside Melib. Charlie Melib looking to go to work on Lucas Johnson as Melib puts it up, no good. As Bakari Wallace, who missed last game, back in the lineup, and that was a thrashing. Over 100 points for Union Cleaners, one of 2 teams to hit triple digits last week.
Yeah, I was away and didn't get to see that game, and I looked at the box score the next day and was pretty surprised. I'm not knocking this team. I mean, it's a team full of talent, but how lopsided it was.
Shot up and in, the triple to start for Chaz Cobbs Jr. And it's 3-0 Union Cleaners here in the early going. 15:43 remaining here in the half. 3-0 Union Cleaners leads thanks to Chaz Cobbs Jr. Shane McGraw, the trigger. McGraw gets it into the backcourt. There's the new BeeGraphix addition, Brady Kraus. Kraus drives in straight to the cylinder, off the back iron, no good. Isaiah Petty with the rebound. The Sarah Catholic standout down low, Bakari Wallace. As Wallace has it taken away, Blackman with some help from Diabre Lightfoot, but they turn it right back over to Union Cleaners. As quickly back the other way, it's Jetson Beatty inside, off the window. It's Lucas Johnson for 2.
Nice move there. Nice feed there by Beatty as well.
As here, Shane McGraw, coast to coast, up with the right, and an offensive foul. BeeGraphix picks up the charge.
Got to give Kraus a little bit of credit, too, for a nice spin move in the lane and almost got his first points as a BeeGraphix player.
As a pretty look there by Chaz Cobbs, his second bucket of the game. 7-0 run to start for Union Cleaner over the 2-time defending champs. As there's Diabre Lightfoot. Lightfoot Far side he goes to Shane McGraw. McGraw on the left wing. Shane McGraw pressured tightly by Bakari Wallace. Kick out to the corner. 3 by Blackman, knocks it down. Jashawn Blackman puts BeeGraphix on the board. 7-3 game here with 14-18 remaining opening half. Up top, there's Petty pulling up for 3. That one rims out, rebound, grabbed down by Milib off to Shane McGraw. 11.5 points per game for Shane McGraw, the McKeesport product. Near side, Diabre Lightfoot. Lightfoot off to Kraus inside. Blackman denied, that's Bakari Wallace. Now it's Isaiah Petty knifing his way in. Petty down the lane, kicks it out, Jetson Beatty. Beatty has it knocked out, and it's gonna stay with Union Cleaners.
Couple of big turnovers that Union Cleaners has been able to gain possession off of.
Inbound, Petty for 3 off the back iron, no. Easy board for Jashawn Blackman. Shane McGraw turns it over. It's Petty, the steal and the score. Isaiah Petty's first bucket of the game. And it's a 9-3 lead for Union Cleaners here in the first half. As to the corner, Charlie Milib. Milib kicks it out. 3 up by Lightfoot and 3 in. Diabre Lightfoot cuts the lead down to 3. As at the other end, Jetson Beatty answers with 2 of his own. 13 minutes on the clock here in half number 1. Union Cleaners on top. Charlie Milib. Milib to the foul line, kicks it out, Lightfoot. Diabre Lightfoot off to the corner and Charlie Milib. Milib jump stop in the left elbow, needs help. It's Brady Kraus, the reinforcements. Inside they go, McGraw. And another offensive foul on Shane McGraw. As Bakari Wallace draws the contact. There's Bakari Wallace. Coach Kevin Kovac fired up about what Bakari's bringing to the table right now.
Oh. Wallace has shown that time and time again how tough he is.
$12:27 remaining here in the half. 11-6 lead for Union Cleaners over BeeGraphix. Here in game number 1 of the evening in the MVISBL, brought to you by Cyber Athletics. As there's Jordan Lucas Johnson denied by Milib, and the tie-up is called.
Well, it looked like a clean block, a nice defensive play there by Charlie Milib, but they call. We'll stay with Union Cleaners on that tie-up.
Here's RJ Sledge coming in to the gym as the Bishop Canavan product, who is absolutely outstanding in his first game of the season. No good for Jordan Lucas Johnson. Is back the other way is Kraus. Kraus to McGraw in the left wing, guarded tightly. Petty up top. Blackman, the big man, can shoot and shows it off there. Second 3 for Jashawn Blackman. 3 threes for BeeGraphix here tonight. It's an 11-9 lead for Union Cleaners.
Yeah, Blackman has really emerged as a leader for this BeeGraphix team.
As Beatty can't answer, knocked out by Lucas Johnson as Jude Manetti replaces Brady Kraus.
And Luke Scarf and Joey DeMoss will enter for Union Cleaners.
Tell you, I'm extremely impressed so far with what I've seen out of Charlie Milib in this game going up against Lucas Johnson, as we did have originally on the website written down as Lucas Johnson Miller, but it's Jordan Lucas Johnson. But, you know, he dominated Mike Sapos, could not do anything with him, but Milib's held his own, and that's been very impressive to watch.
Yeah, and Milib has given up a little bit in height, 3 inches.
As there's Jetson Beatty up for 2. As back the other way, McGraw stripped away by Jetson Beatty.
A lot of height out there for both teams, but in particular for Union Cleaners, the 6'6" Luke Scarf and the 6'7" Jordan Lucas Johnson.
Yeah, and with what Lucas Johnson's been able to do, as there's Milib getting Scarf in the air, but Scarf denies, it's made this transition for the rising freshman from South Park all that much easier because you have another big man that can do some work for you, as Charlie Milib with the shoulder picks up the personal.
Yeah, and I mean, you've, with Scarf, he hasn't had to start. He didn't even start today's game, and he was a first-round draft pick. So, they're definitely easing him in, and I'm sure that he'll become a star in this league.
As there's Jude Manitti, drives the baseline. Manitti gets his man in the air, puts it up, puts it in, and one for Jude Manitti. The foul goes against Joey DeMoss. As here's RJ Sledge coming in. He will replace Shane McGraw, has 2 fouls. RJ, 21 points in his league debut last Thursday here at the Marks court time. As up and in for Joey DeMoss. Or excuse me, for Jude Manitti after the Joey DeMoss personal. As at the other end, Luke Scarf adds 2.
Yeah, the aforementioned first-round draft pick, his first bucket of the night.
(14-12) Union Cleaners on top. Actually 15, excuse me. Got to bear with me. Got to get back into the running of the scoreboard. It's been a whole season without the capabilities of having a scoreboard.
Noah Yarton will be pleased.
I'm pleased, I'll tell you, especially after last night when we didn't have enough time to update, as RJ Sledge made it look easy but could not finish off Bakari Wallace and out. Inbound goes Diabre Lightfoot. Lightfoot up top, Jude Manitti. Manitti. As kick out Manitti. Manitti from the right wing knocks it home. Jude Manitti up to 6, and we're tied at 15s. As Scarf kicks it out to Petty. Around to DeMoss for the answer. Joey comes up short. Rebound DeMoss. Joey DeMoss lost the handle. Now it's taken by Chaz Cobbs. Cobbs bounce pass too far for Scarf to handle. Jude Manitti, 6 points here in the first 6+ minutes of play. 5 points all season coming in.
Yeah, he's scored the last 6 in a matter of 37 seconds for this BeeGraphix team to help them come back and tie the game. And there's another one.
And that's something, if you're Bell Vernon, you want to see. Lightfoot to Manitti. Hopefully a new combination coming up. As a foul on the shot attempt by Chaz Cobbs Jr. will send him to the charity stripe. 18-15 lead for BeeGraphix in just 1 bucket from inside 3-point range, Jose, but it was also an old school 3-point play.
Yeah, they've gotten hot from beyond the arc. I mean, this is a pretty good 3-point shooting team. As first one is made there by Cobbs. I mean, we saw it during the high school season with Monessen. Jay Sean Blackman was pretty good at hitting from beyond the arc. We know Shane McGraw can hit him, Lightfoot can hit him, and now Jude Manetti's getting his opportunity.
Chaz Cobbs, a 2-point trip to the charity stripe, cuts the deficit down to just 1 with 9:15 remaining here in the half. Underneath, it's Charlie Milib up and in for 2. First bucket of the game for Milib. As Milib the steal, Milib turns it over. That's Bakari Wallace, scoreless thus far. Second game of the season for Bakari Wallace. Now it's Isaiah Petty. Petty drives in. Jump stop. Jude Manitti the steal. Slows it up. Manitti rolls far side. Jude Manitti over the divider. Underhand toss. RJ Sledge. Sledge in the left wing. Pressured tightly by Petty. Lost the handle, but RJ slows things down to reset. Splits a pair. Right elbow kick out. There's Lightfoot up top. Kraus with the triple. No good. Rebound Petty up ahead. Bakari Wallace off the window and in for 2. Right on cue, Bakari Wallace gets onto the board with his first bucket of the evening.
Yeah, so far has been shut out. Pretty surprised, but hey, when he gets going, watch out.
Jude Manitti for 3 again. That one ricochets out. Rebound, Lightfoot up and in. Diabre Lightfoot up to 5. And it's a 22-19 lead here for BeeGraphix with 8:08 remaining in the half. As Jetson Beatty comes in, Chaz Cobbs Jr., the leading Union Cleaner scorer, comes out. No Alonzo Wade tonight for this Union Cleaner squad, averaging 14.5 points through 2 games, as Isaiah Petty, no problem from outside. Give Isaiah 5 and tie us up at 22. RJ Sledge, pressured by Jetson Beatty. RJ drives in, Sledge puts it up, no good. Rebound, Joey DeMoss. There's Joey over the divider. The Scarf, full head of steam. Luke Scarf with the right for 2. And the lead back to Union Cleaners underneath. Milib looks for an answer, finds a cutter, and Kraus, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. It will go against Bakari Wallace.
Yeah, Kraus will go to the line looking for his first points as a member of this BeeGraphix team.
We're seeing a lot more of Brady Kraus as the, not just this season comes on, but high school season comes around. Another Mon Valley kid. His first one rattles no good.
Excited to see what he can do in joining a Thomas Jefferson team that already has some talent there with 2 rising juniors that are also in the league, and Noah Prosser and Evan Berger.
As 1 for 2 is knocking down the back end is Brady Kraus. 24-23. BeeGraphix down by 1 with 7:18 remaining here in the half. Jetson Beatty. Beatty, top of the key. Beatty drives on Milib. Jetson to the cylinder, off the iron and in for Jetson Beatty. 6 for Jetson Beatty as there's Milib. Has it stripped away. Milib got it back and around the horn and in for 2 for Charlie Milib. 1 point lead still for Union Cleaner, 6:45 remaining. As driving in, Jetson taken away by Brady Kraus. Kraus on the floor, finds it, turns it over, Beatty. There's Isaiah Petty off the window and in. As Isaiah Petty increases the lead. 7 for Petty, 28-25 Union Cleaners. As there's Kraus stopping up, has Sledge. RJ in the right wing. RJ trying to drive, gets the screen. RJ Sledge with the right, knocks it home. First bucket of the game for RJ Sledge, cutting the lead down to 1 with 6:08 remaining here in the half. As there's Jetson Beatty. Lost it but got it back. Has Bakari Wallace far side. As a timeout called by Union Cleaners. 28-27, 5:57 remaining here in the half. Union Cleaners up by 1. And a big thank you to our friends at Union Cleaners, offering fast, reliable dry cleaning since 1923. Union Cleaners takes pride in delivering exceptional care and attention to all of your garments. Their top-notch service is available to you in 5 locations throughout Pennsylvania, ensuring there is a Union Cleaners always nearby in your hour of need. A big thank you to all of our sponsors, including Cyber Athletics, our overall league sponsor. Excited to have telling Naz, have a call with someone from Cyber Athletics tomorrow, talk a little bit more about what they do and how we can, further highlight how they are helping these young athletes.
Yeah, and they really, I feel like, are going to have a firsthand opportunity to really help these kids and these student athletes. So looking forward to seeing this partnership continue to grow.
Jazz Cobbs kicks it to Isaiah Petty. Petty inside he goes. There's the big man, and he's fouled underneath.
Yeah, BeeGraphix, they saw there was a big size difference inside, and they weren't going to let him take a shot, but Lucas Johnson will get an opportunity here at the free throw line.
Shooting 1 and 1, the rising senior at West Mifflin. We could see a new body come on to Union Cleaners, as no good, won't get another. As Union Cleaners saves it, and a stepping on the boundary was Wallace, but saying we could see a new player on this team. We haven't seen Makai Belt at all for Union Cleaners, and supplemental time is coming around after tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, if they can add another talent, and I mean, we saw so much talent in the tryouts that weren't selected in the draft. So a ton of really good players still available. There's another steal there for Union Cleaners.
As it's Chaz Cobbs with the right hand off the iron and in. Union Cleaners gets the 30. And look at no further than Jordan Lucas Johnson's high school teammate and Brandon Battles. Definitely someone we could see enter the league possibly after this evening, as there's 2 for RJ Sledge. Of course, his twin sister on Monessen Flores squad. As keeping his dribble was Beatty up top. Petty for 3. Off the mark, rebound, RJ Sledge. RJ, bounce pass right to McGraw, no good. Petty affected the shot, is back the other way we go. Lucas Johnson, Beatty underneath, Cobbs too strong off the window. Rebound by Blackman and a foul on Chaz Cobbs.
Neither team gaining much separation here in the first half, Alex. Largest lead of this half was when Union Cleaners was up 7-0 in the opening minute and a half.
As there's Shane McGraw, his team down by 1, nearing the 4-minute mark here in half number 1. Lightfoot. Now it's Sledge. RJ sends it long. Shane McGraw saves it, and it's taken away by the big man, Jordan Lucas Johnson, in a tie-up call, and that should be BeeGraphix ball. Great job there by BeeGraphix defensively.
Oh, Shane McGraw, huge play. Lucas Johnson did use his 6'7" size to get that ball, but now a charging call.
Third one, Bakari Wallace has got Shane McGraw to commit. Coach Kevin Kovac absolutely loves that.
Oh, he will take that any day.
And the thing is, 3 times it's been McGraw, 3 times it's been Bakari Wallace.
You just heard him. Not an easy charge to take.
As driving in, pulling up is Cobbs. He's fouled by RJ Sledge. As Sledge picks up his first.
Cobbs a chance here to get into double figures for Union Cleaners, clinging to this 1-point lead.
No good for the rising senior from Woodland Hills, and he's got better as this went on. Expected, even though he is a rising senior, takes some time to get used to this style of play. Just 3 points in his first game, 14 last game, and up to 10 now here on that one, giving his team a 2-point advantage at 31-29, 4 on the clock. Now it's Diabre Lightfoot outside Blackman. Jay-Sean Blackman back to Diabre Lightfoot. Lightfoot kicks it to Jude Manitti. Manitti up top, RJ Sledge. Sledge, a rising sophomore. You know, Coach Dana Zychek of RTI spends a lot of time with Bell Vernon. As Milib no good. First game we saw RJ was last week against RTI, as Dana said, you know, he held his own against Devin Whitlock. That should tell you all you need to know, as tip drill no good for Wallace. And out of bounds, Union Cleaner ball.
Oh, Wallace thought that was in. He quickly turned around to get back on defense, and it went in and out.
Iron unkind. You know, speaking of Dana Zychek, there he is.
Hanging out, waiting for his matchup.
Up top, Jetson Beatty off the mark with the 3. Rebound grabbed down by Blackman. Now it's RJ Sledge. Sledge kicks it near side, Lightfoot. Diabre Lightfoot back to Blackman. Jay-Sean Blackman finds his man. RJ Sledge up top. Sledge down low. Blackman off his fingertips and off the hands of Jordan Lucas Johnson.
I'm very impressed by this Union Cleaners team. First time I've been able to actually see them through 3 games.
Shot no good. Sledge inside. Blackman can't get the left. Second time he does. First bucket from inside the perimeter for Jay-Sean Blackman. Knots things up at 31 with 2:52 remaining here in the half.
Great feed there by Sledge as well to tie this game.
Both teams missing some star power. Again, Union Cleaner, no Alonzo Wade, no Shea Champagne still for BeeGraphix, who probably by the end of the season, if he was here the entirety of it, would be in the name for the Player of the Game or Player of the Year award. As shot up and in for Chaz Cobbs. As a foul on Beatty underneath off the steal. That was Chaz's bucket though, right? Jose was,
that
right?
was, yep. Now he's up to 12 points as Cobbs will check out and Isaiah Petty will get back on the court. Looks like 2 on each bench, I want to say, for 2 over there for BeeGraphix.
Yes.
So nice little 7-on-7 here in this one.
And no Wade, no Dame Givner either. Forgot to mention that as Blackman off the mark. And that's one of the tough things about this. It's like we can't give you necessarily all the information, who's here, who's not, because RJ Sledge came in like 3 minutes into the game.
Right, yeah. And
you never know.
And we haven't seen too many guys, you know, early in the season here. And Givner in his own right is a guy who could very well be in the consideration for Player of the Year if he's here every game.
15.5 per game through the first 2 for Dame Givner, as there's Bakari Wallace. Inside, Joey DeMoss on Blackman. DeMoss, a pretty feed, and Lucas Johnson with the finish. 35-31 with 1:40 remaining here in the half. Inside, Sledge, Mielib. Charlie Mielib going to work up with the right and in. Charlie Mielib finesses it home. He's up to 6. Lead down to 2 with 1:24 remaining. Now it's Bakari Wallace. Got it out to Jetson Beatty. Beatty in the left wing driving. Jetson Beatty at the foul line, needs help. It's Bakari Wallace. Wallace slows things down, 1:10 on the clock. Wallace floats it inside. Lucas Johnson outside. There's DeMoss, no good. Up and in for Bakari Wallace. 37-33, Union Cleaners on top, under a minute remaining. Now it's Mielib. Mielib to Jude Manitti, outside Lightfoot. Lightfoot to Mielib. Mielib driving in, jump stop, kick out RJ Sledge. RJ Sledge surveys his options. RJ, bounce pass inside. That's Charlie Mielib. Mielib back up top, Lightfoot. One more to Sledge. RJ Sledge. Pressured by Petty, drives in, and Isaiah Petty picks up the personal, sending RJ Sledge to the charity stripe.
It seems like neither team has just been able to get that big stop to kind of go on a run. We always say basketball is a game of runs, and it seems like in this one, you know, Union Cleaners has had more possessions where they've been able to get opportunities and get buckets on back-to-back possessions, but it's been a struggle for BeeGraphix in that regard.
Scarf and Kraus back in as Lucas Johnson out, along with Blackman. RJ Sledge hits the second, giving him 5. 37-32, 26 remaining. There's Jetson Beatty, drives in. Beatty down low. Wallace, Bakari Wallace with the right, no good. And he'll slap his rebound home and in. 6 now for Bakari Wallace, 39-34, 10 on the clock. RJ Sledge, and another charge drawn. Guess who? It's Bakari Wallace.
4 charges that Bakari Wallace has drawn. Only 6 points in this first half, but man, he has played an incredible game on the defensive end of the floor to go with it.
Man is a machine right now.
I think Bakari Wallace said he's bleeding. He's trying to get off the floor. Kevin Kovac said it took you 5, but you're finally bleeding.
And, you know, the other one, we saw 3 on McGraw, 1 right there on Sledge, but there was also the offensive arm extend, which happened against Wallace, too. Yeah. That's why they're saying 5, as that was on Mielib. Inside, Scarf. Scarf down to 1, pulls up off the iron, no good. And at the half, your score, Union Cleaners 39, BeeGraphix 34. As it's been back and forth, we went 3-ball, worked early for BeeGraphix, but Union Cleaners holds the advantage at the half right here on MVI Live. When we come back, we'll have half number 2 for you. There is nothing like a refreshing cup of quality coffee to start your day. Brand new to the Mon Valley is His Place Coffee Community and more. Every morning our beans are ground at just the right time to give you that perfect cup of coffee or coffee specialty. Enjoy a fresh made baked good to help start your day? Not a coffee drinker or looking for something different? Try one of our Frap Shakes Refreshers or specialty cremosos. From 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., it is more than just a coffee shop. Every cup of coffee helps us bring hope back into the community through our tutoring, reading, and single parenting programs. That is why we are His Place Coffee Community and more, located 103rd Street in Monessen. Marble Diamonds and Jewelry, a third-generation family-owned and operated business since 1964. Whether you are looking to propose, promise, celebrate, or surprise, Marbles has the expertise, selection, and price to make your shopping experience relaxed and easy. Visit our showroom located at 112 Pricedale Road in Bell Vernon or call us at 724-929-6633. Marble Diamonds and Jewelry, your journey, your jeweler. Valdesari's Bakery, located 513 Broad Avenue in Bell Vernon, providing the Mon Valley with delicious fresh-baked breads, buns, and other sweet treats since 1903. Along with our store location, we offer fundraising and wholesale options. For more information, call us at 724-929-8040 or visit us Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and tell them the Mon Valley Independent sent you. Before or after the game, stop by Dogs, the Mon Valley's newest sports bar and restaurant. Great food, 9 10-foot big screen TVs to watch your favorite sports events, live music every Thursday night, all your favorite bottled beers, plus 16 more on tap, and we serve breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Dogs in the Walmart Lowe's Plaza in Bell Vernon. Back here at the half, 39-34, Union Cleaners on top of the two-time defending champs BeeGraphix. 12 for Chaz Cobbs Jr., 7 for Isaiah Petty, 6 for Jetson Beatty and Bakari Wallace, with 4 for Jordan Lucas Johnson and Luke Scarf, leading to the 39 Union Cleaner points. And on the other side for Bobby Zanoski and BeeGraphix, 9 points for Jude Manitti, leading the scoring. 8 for Jashawn Blackman, 5 for RJ Sledge and Lightfoot, and 1 for Brady Kraus, the newcomer to this BeeGraphix squad. No Savion Stroud, no Shea Champagne, no Anthony Waddell for BeeGraphix, and of course on the other side, no Alonzo Wade, no Dame Givner, and no Makai Belt, who could be, we haven't seen him through 3 games, could be a similar situation to Ty Wanacue and see a new body fill that roster spot.
Yeah, very well could see some additions for this Union Cleaners team that's out to a nice 2-0 start and, a nice first half where they have a 5-point lead, and an opportunity to maybe get to 3-0 against a pretty good BeeGraphix team. Listen, I know this is a BeeGraphix team that looks very different than the one we saw last year. No Rodney Gallagher, no Quentin Martin, no Jaden Pratt. A couple of different names that, aren't on this team this summer, but still a ton of talent. I mean, I'm very impressed by what Diabri Lightfoot has done. We saw Jashawn Blackman and Shane McGraw hit some really big shots. Charlie Melad looked good in the first half. Jude Manitti obviously hit some big shots. But once these guys get Shea Champagne, once Savion Stroud gets back, I know he played in at least one game last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had 26 in his one game.
So I mean, that's another really, really good player on this BeeGraphix team. So don't think that BeeGraphix is going to go away anytime soon in their quest for a three-peat.
As they're up top, bounce pass inside. Lucas Johnson outside. Beatty puts it up, and Jetson Beatty's fouled and 1.
Well, that's the ideal start for Union Cleaners.
As I was trying to go down today through all the stats from my stats and figure out who had what and how many points average per game, as Jetson Beatty knocks down the old school three-point play, giving him 9. He had 32 points coming into play here today. As driving there, RJ Sledge, far side, light foot inside, Jay-Sean Blackman, and a foul underneath on Bakari Wallace.
And this is the largest lead of the game now here at 8 points for Union Cleaners.
Outside, RJ Sledge for three, no good. Rebound poke free near side. There's Jetson Beatty. Beatty in the right wing. Jetson pulls the trigger off the mark. Rebound, Charlie Milad. And Savion Stroud actually played 2 games, Jose. That's what I was looking for. 2 games, 13 points in each of those games. As 3 up, no good. Rebound out of bounds. And it's going to be Union Cleaners ball. Here's Jetson Beatty. He's getting looks to play ball at the next level. An offer from Penn State Greater Allegheny as Jetson kicks it out. Bakari Wallace for 3. Way long Sledge up ahead. Lightfoot runs into it. Diabre embraces the contact, but somehow no foul.
I don't really know what. Bobby Zainoski doesn't know what to say here.
You know
I don't really even know what to say.
You know what? I do know what to say. I love what Lightfoot did there.
Oh, absolutely.
He embraced the contact and just got the short end of the stick.
That was 5'8" Diabre Lightfoot against 6'7" Jordan Lucas Johnson.
As driving, RJ Sledge underneath, lost the handle, and he steps on the boundary. One thing also, we talked about at the break, Charlie Milad. I'm extremely impressed with him this summer. We've seen a lot of stars around the Valley, and, first one that comes to mind, this is nothing against him, because Will Wagner is an incredible basketball player. We saw what he did, Charlie. About 50% of his team's points were from him as Chaz Cobbs knocks it down. But he wasn't able to find a ton of success. Milad was one of those guys I thought was a similar situation, but so far, Charlie Milad has been excellent through 2.5 games. As Milad, no good rebound. Blackman won't fall. In his first 2 games, 27 points with a high of 16 and 6 here tonight. And I think that's boding well for whoever his new head coach will be at Elizabeth Forward.
Yeah, I think it's all a matter of his Beatty hits a long 2 to make it a 10-point game. But I think it's all about just the experience that Milad has gotten over the years playing in this league and playing in high school, and just how he's bigger. He's getting bigger and he's more of a presence inside.
Foul goes against Jordan Lucas Johnson. Sledge up high with the over-the-shoulder grab. It's Shane McGraw. McGraw near side. As there it's taken and swung across by Diabre. Lightfoot to RJ Sledge. Sledge in the right wing. RJ right elbow floater up and in. RJ Sledge up to 7. Lead back down to just 9 with 13 on the clock here in half 2. Bakari Wallace bangs home the triple.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
9 points for Bakari Wallace. He's had himself a game. As now it's RJ Sledge in the left wing. RJ drives. Petty guarding tightly. Spins away from Petty. The reverse layup, no good. Rebound Cobbs. Cobbs to Beatty. Beatty to Cobbs. Bounce pass Wallace. Maybe a little too unselfish for Union Cleaners, but the 3 by Petty won't go. Rebound Cobbs, and there's Jordan Lucas Johnson kissing it off the window for 2.
The ball movement there by Union Cleaners, phenomenal.
As BeeGraphix will burn a timeout. BeeGraphix, the Mon Valley's leading source for all your screen printing, embroidery, and printing needs. To find out the best option for your needs, head to BeeGraphix.com or visit a store in either Frederickstown, Bell Vernon, or Waynesburg.
10-2 run in the first 3.5 minutes for Union Cleaners, and Justin Beatty has been the biggest factor with 5 points.
12:27 remaining here in the half. See what BeeGraphix has in store.
we said it in the first half, Alex. You know, game of runs. We didn't see many in that first half, and maybe this is exactly what Union Cleaners needed to get that separation as they hold a 13-point lead with 12:27 to go.
As it's going to be Diabre Lightfoot getting it in, and now it's taken by R.J. Sledge. Sledge up over the timeline. R.J. Sledge, pocket picked. It's Isaiah Petty putting it up. Great defense by Diabre Lightfoot. And now Sledge in transition up with the left and in. 9 for R.J. Sledge. 49-38 with 12:02 remaining. Now it's Jetson Beatty stepping back, driving back in. Beatty to Chaz Cobbs. Cobbs sees a lane. He takes it off the window and in for Chaz Cobbs Jr. First bucket of the half puts him up to 14 on the evening. Sledge gives the screen, or gets the screen, pulls up for three, short off the front iron. Rebound. Milai puts it up. Rattles no good. Rebound by Luke Scarf. It's kind of the almost exact opposite of what we saw yesterday, as it was everything was a foul. Tonight, not much. As Scarf, great follow up and a finish for Luke Scarf, giving him 6. 53-38 Union Cleaners, and Scarf at the other end denies. The big man using his length to his advantage.
It's helpful to be 6'6".
But he did get the foul against him, so we'll send McGraw to the line. Scoreless tonight. Shane McGraw averaging 11.5 a game. Still can't get on the board. As Joey DeMoss checks in. DeMoss, a rising junior for Sarah Catholic, one of 3 Eagles on the boys' side of things in this league, is 0 for 2 for Shane McGraw. His teammate here on this team, Petty, is there goes Milai for 2 more. As back the other way, also Owen Dombrowski, part of Matt Rowland's Howard Hanna squad, as Chaz Cobbs got the triple. Chaz Cobbs Jr., a coming out party. Again, he's got better every single game. 3 to 14, now 17 points for Chaz Cobbs Jr.
He came to play, that's for sure.
As Charlie Milai will get into double digits for the 3rd straight game. He's at 10. 10:40 remaining in the half. Now it's Petty off to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss. And DeMoss is fouled on his way to the cylinder. Blackman replaced by Brady Krause. As inside, jump stop by Petty, banks it off the window and in. First bucket of the half for Isaiah Petty, and Union Cleaners. They've come to play here in half number 2, nearing the 20-point mark. 19 points in the first 6 minutes for Union Cleaners.
Yeah, they came out here in the second half wanting to gain that separation, build on that 5-point halftime lead, and they've done so. 19-4 run for Union Cleaners. As here comes Bakari Wallace. He's been the catalyst for this team. Isaiah Petty up top. Outside, DeMoss for 3. Joey sends it long. Rebound, Scarf up and in. Luke Scarf matches his season high of 8. 60-42 Union Cleaners is in the other end. It's Charlie Milai for 2. As here comes Cobbs coast to coast, and it's turning into a track meet. And that favors Union Cleaners here in this one. You know, normally I think a season ago you say track meet, you think BeeGraphix is playing their game. As there's Jude Manitti, stripped from behind, but it's an illegal process by Joey DeMoss. Sorry, Alex, I had a lot to write down there.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. 62-44, 9:21 remaining here in the half.
Chaz Cobbs having himself quite the game, 19 points.
Jude Manitti, 9 in the first half. No good, as Manitti will stick at 9 for the moment. Jude Manetti through the motion, lines it up. Surprised no lane violation. Looked like Lucas Johnson got an early jump, but Jude Manetti ends up with the basketball nonetheless.
Guess it wasn't an advantage.
As RJ Sledge, the floater, no good. Rebound, Chaz Cobbs Jr. There's Chaz Cobbs. Cobbs, pretty feed, and Scarf can't finish, but Jordan Lucas Johnson can. 20-point lead for Union Cleaners. Manetti off the mark. Long rebound, Jude, first one there, knocked out. Union Cleaner ball. Shane McGraw, Charlie Milai back in the contest.
20-point lead here for Union Cleaners, 8:47 to go.
And this is why Union Cleaners has been so good this year. 9 for Petty, 11 for Beatty, 9 for Wallace, 19 for Cobbs, 8 for Lucas Johnson, and 8 for Scarf. And then you also have 2 guys averaging double digits not here. They are a team that spreads out their scoring, and they are tough to play against.
And the biggest thing that you just mentioned, 2 of their top players not here.
Fade away and in! Chaz Cobbs Jr. exploding here in game number 3. RJ Sledge, left elbow, no answer. DeMoss to the big man, Jordan Lucas Johnson, fouled by RJ Sledge. And, you know, we talked about the supplemental draft after tonight. That's where this big 6'7" rising senior came from a season ago. And, you know, Coach Kevin Kovac, talking to him before the last game, said, or after, just how impressed, how much he's grown. Not size-wise, as he'll knock that one down, giving him 9. Just his style of play, the way he carries himself, completely different player.
The confidence level. I mean, just playing in this league, I feel like can really build that confidence level, and it seems like he's playing like a way more confident player right now.
As rebound, Bakari Wallace, he's very confident today. As DeMoss finds Jetson Beatty. Beatty in the right wing, Jetson back pedals towards the divider, guarded by Sledge, pocket picked, but Bakari Wallace saves it for a second, and that's going to be backcourt violation on Union Cleaners, which is actually unfortunate for BeeGraphix. Would have been a 2-on-0.
Yeah, I think both Beatty and Wallace went after that one, and kind of a train crash there on the way to the basketball.
As there goes RJ Sledge off the window, no good. Rebound poked free. Isaiah Petty finds it, and a foul on Diabre Lightfoot.
It's a thing that really Union Cleaners has done really well today. They're winning the battle on the boards. They're getting the loose balls.
Game number 2 today will feature State Farm and RTI. As driving in and being fouled was Jetson Beatty by RJ Sledge.
The Naz Victoria Dana Zychek rivalry coming up next.
Floated outside into the backcourt. I'm actually very intrigued to see how Howard Hanna has to rebound against an elite team later tonight as well, after a blowout loss to Union Cleaners. As Jetson Beatty, no good. Rebound poked free to RJ Sledge. Up ahead, Hail Mary connects. Diabre Lightfoot off the glass and in. First bucket of the half for Diabre Lightfoot. 7 on the clock, is driving in. No good was Isaiah Petty, and a foul underneath. Jetson Beatty, the trigger. Beatty floats it up. Petty tracks it down, but Lightfoot was in his kitchen, takes it away. Near side, RJ Sledge finds it. Sledge has Milib, but goes outside. Shane McGraw can't spin away. It's DeMoss, the steal. DeMoss drives in. Joey DeMoss, no good. Rebound put up and in. It's Jordan Lucas Johnson, giving him 11. You know, may not be a 22-point performance, but the big man still contributing.
Oh, in a big way. Got to give credit to Diabre Lightfoot. Great defense.
Shane McGraw off the mark. If you're a Bell Vernon fan, that's what you got to love to see, is there's Bakari Wallace, the one-handed jam. giving him 11, and 71 to Union Cleaners. As there's Blackman, the big man, left alone. He won't make him pay this time by. In transition, Jetson Beatty. Beatty kick out Bakari Wallace. Wallace up top, skip near side, Petty. Isaiah drives in outside, DeMoss for three. Back iron, and it dies for DeMoss, won't fall. BeeGraphix. RJ Sledge guarded tightly. And right now, you know, RJ, pretty move in the finish there, giving him double digits with 11. But, you know, as long as you make the playoffs, it's all that matters. And when if you're rolling at that time, as much as you don't like going down like BeeGraphix has in the early going, you know, if you're around at the end of the season, got yourself in the postseason, that's really all that matters as Beatty fires it up over the backboard.
Especially when you talk about the guys that they're expecting back with Champagne and Stroud. I mean, those two are such big difference makers. And you look at some of these other guys who, you know, you mentioned McGraw, scoreless still tonight. I mean, he's a guy who could still contribute double-digit points per game. You know, just one off night won't take that away. So, as long, like you said, Alex, as long as you get to the playoffs and you're clicking at the right time, you know, you'll be a dangerous team.
As here's Cobbs, Beatty to Wallace, and Diabre, Lightfoot again gets in the way. I mean, he has been all sorts of impressive with 7 points in this game, but Diabre, Lightfoot, his defense and kind of the way he just doesn't quit. You have to love that.
Hey, it doesn't matter how many points you have. I mean, there's so many other ways that you contribute on the basketball court.
Yeah, those other intangibles that you don't see, the hustle stats that aren't really focused on too much. A beautiful feed into Scarf, and Scarf wrapped up by Jay-Sean Blackman.
That's 4 on Blackman.
Brady Krause will replace Jay-Sean Blackman, the rising senior at Monessen. Him along with Lorenzo Gardner, a huge part of that resurgence from this past season. Petty has it chipped away, but got it to Cobbs. Now Wallace back to Cobbs. Cobbs inside. Scarf, no good, and Luke Scarf's going to shoot 2 from the stripe.
And the Scarf will have a chance to get into double figures.
Just a rising freshman.
I texted Kevin Kovac before the draft, asked him who he was going to take at number 2.
I could have told you that about 2 seconds after drills started. He fell in love with Luke.
He fell in love with Luke, and he knew that he was going to be able to snag him with that number 2 pick, and that's exactly what he did.
As no good by McGraw. Rebound there is Scarf. He'll lead the charge. The big man takes it himself and puts it in for 2, giving him double digits with 10. 73-48, 4:25 remaining. Up top, Shane McGraw. Now it's RJ Sledge. Sledge guarded tightly. That's by Chaz Cobbs. Screen by Milib. Make that Sledge, drives in, blocked by Scarf. Bakari Wallace up ahead. Chaz Cobbs with the right for 2. 23, and the mercy roll has been invoked. And the final 4 remaining as there's McGraw, kick out Milai, but foul first. As Billy Constantine came over the table to make sure it kept running. Here comes Joey DeMoss and Jordan Lucas Johnson. Bakari Wallace and Jetson Beatty out, both 11 points. And a lot more done defensively as a 3 no good for Brady Krause. Long rebound in the corner, driving in Milib, kicks it outside. Diabre Lightfoot, up top it goes, RJ Sledge pulls the trigger, rattles no good, rebound by Joey DeMoss.
Alex, Isaiah Petty 1 bucket away from getting 6 Union Cleaners players in double figures.
Kick out, Scarf wants the 3, he got it! The big man shows off the range. Luke Scarf with the triple, 78-48. As an answer at the other end, no good for Milib. As here's Cobbs down underneath, and Jordan Lucas Johnson finds pay dirt again. 80 for Union Cleaners. Jude Manitti replaces RJ Sludge. As again, you said, Isaiah Petty lurking around that double-digit mark as well.
Yeah, we have Cobbs with 23, Scarf and Lucas Johnson each with 13, Wallace with 11, Beatty with 11.
That'd be every single player that scored tonight being in double digits if Petty is able to knock that down and nobody else puts one in.
Yeah, Petty's sitting there with 9.
As McGraw fouled going down the lane.
And again, this is without Dane Givner and Alonzo Way, 2 guys who can very well average double figures as well.
Yeah, and again, no Savion Stroud, no Champagne, which it hurts. And that's been the issue with BeeGraphix this year so far. Lack of players, but sooner than later it's going to be consistent Shea Champagne, and Shane McGraw is going to eventually start doing what he did through the first 2 games again. And I think early frustration got the best of him with those charges. As Luke Scarf, no good. He's feeling all types of confidence right now as he can't get the finish. As driving in, Charlie Mealy poked away. Grab by Cobbs. Chaz Cobbs Jr. in transition outside. DeMoss for 3. No good. Rebound watched out by McGraw. And that's kind of the one thing about Joey DeMoss. If he gets an early 3, watch out. But if he doesn't.
Yeah, and he's been scoreless tonight, but he's a guy, he's one of Sarah Catholic's leading scorers. So, even on an off night, he's still capable of doing the different things that you need him to do as a contributor out there. And, it says a lot about what Union Cleaners has been able to do tonight. They've been able to take care of business.
As that goes up top. Brady Krause stops up. Kick out. Jude Manitti for 3. No good. Rebound. There is Joey DeMoss. As DeMoss in transition, DeMoss driving on Manitti. DeMoss puts it up, no good. Rebound, Jordan Lucas Johnson sends it out to Scarf. Now it's Cobbs for 3. No problem again for Chaz Cobbs. 26.
It's been no problem for him all evening.
12 in the first, 14 in the second, as there's McGraw off the mark. Rebound again to Joey DeMoss. As Coach Kevin Kovac tells them to bring it over half court, and that will do it. 27 seconds will elapse, and we will see Union Cleaners move to 3-0 with the 83-48 victory. A 7-0 run to start for Union Cleaners. Back and forth, made it 39-34 at the half, and then a full-on runaway in half number 2 for Union Cleaners, giving them win number 1 of night number 3 here in the boys division. 26 for Chaz Cobbs Jr., 13 for Scarf and Lucas Johnson, and 11 for Beatty and Wallace, while 11 for Sledge and 12 for Charlie Mealy. But Jose, Union Cleaners, they look like a force to be reckoned with possibly this season.
Absolutely. And they have a lot of guys returning from last year, so a lot of experienced guys who have played against tough competition in the MVISBL boys division, and got to watch out for these boys in blue.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun to see what they do the rest of the season. Your final score, Union Cleaners 83, BeeGraphix 48, as we will have game number 2 for you coming up next here on MVI Live. If you're joining us, can't wait to have you. If you're not, have a great rest of your evening, everybody. One final time, your final score, Union Cleaners 83, BeeGraphix 48.